Hello and welcome to another edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. Right off the bat on the old show today, an interesting little situation what's going on here in the United States. Fuel prices are way down, and it's probably this way all around the world. In fact, here in the United States, it's $1 to $1.50 a gallon less than it was this time last year. But for whatever reason, an interesting situation still abounds that EVs and hybrids are still selling well, and diesels are selling exceptionally well, which has got a lot of folks talking about that more mainstream vehicles are going to become diesel machines here in the United States, and the folks over at Fiat Chrysler Automobiles are in that situation right now. The brand new Grand Cherokee Eco Diesel has just hit the market over the past several months, and that new Ram 1500 Eco Diesel is selling faster than they can make them. And apparently that's why FCA is going to put a Eco Diesel in the little 200. Yes, the 200 is going to get a 2.2 liter turbocharged diesel, according to the folks over at Automotive News. Now, FCA hasn't made an official announcement about this as of yet, and when they do, we'll let you know. Then one of the most entertaining little manufacturers on the planet, the folks over at Morgan, quirky little manufacturing group. They build cars in that old world fashion of building machines, in fact using a lot of wood in their vehicles. But they're an incredibly entertaining little group, and apparently they're going to have a brand new machine that's going to debut in the first part of March at the Geneva Motor Show in Geneva, Switzerland. So I cannot wait to see what Morgan's going to have up their sleeve. Another manufacturer that's going to debut something at the Geneva Motor Show is the folks over at Koenigsegg. Apparently Koenigsegg, they put out on their Facebook page that an Agera RS is going to debut at the Geneva Motor Show. Now we've already seen the Agera R, and of course the rumors are abounding about what this RS is going to be. A lot of folks are pointing towards this is going to be more of a track-focused version of the Agera R. But it won't have that massive hammer blow power of that 1360 brake horsepower that is in the 1-to-1. They're going to dial it back a bit for the track use, and for street use too, because, that's a lot of power. It's only going to have 1,030 brake horsepower and 811 pounds-feet of torque. More manageable type power. I have to say that, a little bit of a side note, that the Koenigsegg group is one of my favorite supercars on the planet. These folks really do it their way, and they don't give two craps what anybody else thinks about it. And in fact, now they're really in the situation where they're building the bulk of every part that goes onto the car. They're manufacturing it themselves. An impressive group of folks over there at Koenigsegg, and I cannot wait to see what they're going to show off at Geneva. Next up on the list is a vehicle that we talked about well in the past. It was back in the SEMA Auto Show back in November of 2014. The concept version of the ACR Viper. And in no surprise, the folks over at Allpar are already announcing that this vehicle will be going into production. I say no surprise mainly because the ACR versions have been a mainstay inside of the Viper group for several years. Now, the ACR version actually comes as more of a track-focused machine, where you can get it where a lot of the basic pieces of the automobile are deleted due to weight savings. The vehicle probably won't have air conditioning or radio or a lot of the creature comforts that you come to know and love in modern-day automobiles. And in fact, if you go for the full-on version with a full aero kit, full roll cage, a lot of this type of thing. Now again, FCA hasn't come out and exactly said that this vehicle will be going into production, but the folks over at Allpar, who deal with everything that is Chrysler organization and the Fiat Chrysler automobiles, they know what they're talking about. So if they're saying that this is going to be the case, chances are this is what's going to happen. We'll keep you in tune if we hear something official. Last up on the list, the M division of BMW is in the news. And if you're a car guy, kind of like me, and mainstream machines are very cool, but we tend to gravitate towards the high-performance versions of the major brands. And the folks over at BMW, that part of their group is the M division. And the M cars have actually sold exceptionally well in the year 2014. In fact, year over year, they were up 44% in the year of 2014. Now they're putting that mainly at the emerging markets like China are actually clamoring for M division vehicles, but here in the United States, it's the bulk of where M division vehicles actually land. And apparently, the folks over at Car Advice got a little conversation with one of the head of product planning, say if they were ever, and this is a very interesting little question, would they ever consider building an M version of an all-electric platform, i.e. probably the i3 or the i8? And that fellow said absolutely he could do that, but again, trying to build a business model around this particular machine is the real trick. I could not wait to see what they may have up their sleeve on this particular situation, even though the i8 is a very high-performance car, but if they could crank that up to 11, that would be pretty doggone cool. So hopefully in the next several years, we could see an M version of an all-electric machine. You know, they're going into this full electrification deal, those folks over at BMW. Apparently we're going to see a big rollout, especially in the 3 Series lineup of vehicles, which is their big selling vehicles. We're going to see a lot of plug-in hybrids and full electrics possibly coming soon in that particular brand, so we'll keep you in tune on what we hear about this stuff in the future. And that's all there was that I thought was worth talking about for this edition of Motor Cars Enthusiasts. If you want to jump on over to that Facebook page, like us over there, we'd appreciate it. Also, if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, you can do so at any time and get the first dibs on the brand new shows as soon as they come out. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again real soon.